everybody, welcome to Dinner and a Tip. So earlier today I actually did a pumpkin cream cheese crepes, and so I actually had some leftover apples and some cream cheese, so actually we're going to go ahead and reuse that. But what I'm going to do is start with this. This is a spice cake. I just cooked it or mixed it as a normal cake mix with the oil and the eggs. But we're gonna actually do this two different ways just in case you don't have the egg rings. So these are the egg rings that I just got, and I'm actually just gonna stick a little bit of butter on these guys. So we're gonna try it two different ways here. We're gonna do two of those. And then we're gonna do the other ones like pancake style, just in case you don't have these rings. You might actually be able to use the canning rings too. And I'm just gonna go ahead and throw a little bit of butter down on here. So I did do this earlier and I filled the rings all the way, which was definitely a mistake because this batter rises so much. So you only want to do about a half. This is just gonna give you like a better circle where if you're just gonna do it freestyle, it's fine because we can just go ahead and cut these up. So I'm going to go ahead and start with these. I'm going to go ahead and push these down. And I'm actually going to go ahead, and these are going to be at probably a medium. I'm going to just stick these under the can. And then over here, I'm just going to show you a different way of doing it if you don't have the rings or don't have another way of kind of containing it. So I'm just going to do butter with cakes and stuff like that. I don't like to do the oil. I actually prefer to do the butter. So again, this is just a standard cake mix. And I'm just going to do these guys a little smaller because we're going to actually put them in these ramekins. Now the pancake ones are actually going to come together a lot faster than these guys over here. So they're just not going to be nearly as thick. So I'm actually going to show you two different ways to do this. So actually so this is a cup of heavy whipping cream and about a third cup of powdered sugar, and I did a little bit of cinnamon sugar in here. So what I'm going to do is I do have some of these cheaper piping bags, and then this is just the tip. Basically this just kind of gives you more of a fancy finish. So I go ahead and just put that in here, and to be able to kind of keep everything together, I just go ahead, put this in here. And then I'm just going to take and put it right here in my piping bag. So when I need it, it's going to be all ready to go. Piping bags is the easiest way to make things look fancy without a lot of effort. So I just kind of push it down here, and then it just stays in here for when I need it. So let's go ahead and check on these guys. So these are coming up pretty good. We're gonna eventually have to flip these guys, but you wanna have these probably 75% cooked before you flip them. All right, these pancake ones. So when you're actually cooking with pancake batter, it actually cooks a lot faster. This is definitely a slower cooking process. You're gonna wanna make sure that all of the bubbles are kind of getting in here and popping, and that's when you know that you can go ahead and flip these. So for the fillings, what I'm gonna do is, this is actually cooked apples I did earlier. If you wanna know how to cook the apples, I just cut them and cooked them in apple juice and flavored them. But this would be the same as an pie filling that you can get at the store if you want an easy cheat. And this is actually cream cheese, 1 block of cream cheese, 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, and then I actually did some caramel sauce in this to just give this a little flavor. This I'm actually going to put in just because I have leftovers and I want to use them up. But if you don't have this and you just want to do apples and whipped cream, you could certainly do that. All right. So see, we only filled these halfway, and look at, they're already filling all the way up. And they are getting closer, but let's just give it a quick. Nope, that definitely is going to need a little time. And these guys are coming along, but they still are going to need a little time. So why don't I put you on hold for 1 minute. Let's get this cooking and then we'll come back and check on it. All right, we're back. So let's go ahead and see. Now I only filled these half and they still went above and beyond. So let's go ahead and loosen these guys. Look how nicely those pop out. And you can see they're pretty much cooked all the way around, so it's just a little bit on the top. So we're gonna go ahead and flip these. Whoopsie, that one got a little burnt. That might be the dogs. All right. And we got the pancakes. So this one's really burnt, so you know what we're gonna do with this one? We're just gonna toss that for the birds to have a snack later. So apparently this was the hottest part of our grill, so that was not our best spot, but sometimes you just gotta toss it. So not everything's gonna be perfect. Good thing oh wait, we are cooking in front of an audience, but that's all right. So you can see these turned out really good. And everybody knows you gotta throw the first pancake away. So I'm gonna show you 2 different ways to plate this. So we're gonna take these pancake ones off. So these are just some glass ramekins I have. So look at this, fits in here perfect. So we're just gonna go ahead, we're gonna tuck this guy down in here. And then I'm gonna take some of the apples. Again, you could do fresh cooked apples from that you do on the grill, or my preference is probably the pie filling because it's easier, or if you just have some leftovers. So now I'm going to take some of this cream cheese that we had. This is definitely not a must. It certainly adds to it, but if you don't want to do the cream cheese, that's fine. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pancake ones and I'm just going to kind of clump, you know, do a little crumble on the top. So this is kind of like a fruit trifle that you could do, but this is just more of a pumpkin one. So here I've got the piping bag. And so I'm just gonna go little pops right here. And then we're gonna do one big one in the middle. And then we're gonna take just a little bit of caramel sauce. It was a little bit more than a little, but as you can see, actually we need just a little bit more right here. Perfect. So look how pretty that is. So you've got your apples, you got your cake, you got your little whipped cream. So now if you don't have the perfectly round ones, what we can try to do is take this pancake one and we're just gonna do the ramekin around it. So this one's gonna just be a little thinner, and that's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and tuck that guy in there. We're gonna go ahead and do some of our apples, do some of our cream cheese, just kind of as like a little extra surprise inside. Okay, that's not the easiest stuff to work with, but if you're home, I'm sure you can master it faster than me. So then we're just gonna take and crumble a little bit more of the pancakes on top. And if you don't actually have the piping bags and you don't want to do that, just take a little whipped cream. Same concept, just a little different. And then we're just gonna do a little bit of that caramel drizzle over. All right, so you've got 2 different ways. One's a little bit more advanced, one's a little bit more simple, but they both look really pretty and they're gonna taste amazing. So let's give it one quick taste. Tastes like fall in a little cup. So go ahead and subscribe, and if you want to see how we did those pumpkin crepes with the apple filling, so we got the leftovers of this. Go ahead and subscribe and look it up, and we will talk to you later, and eat happy.